Томас, как ты можешь прокомментировать мультфильм «Дитер Джордж-фильм», где и ты, и Крис Норман были показаны в комическом свете?
How can you comment this cartoon, Der Film, in which cartoon you and Chris Norman were shown like in a comic way? What do you think about that?
Well, this is comedy in a certain way. The only thing, you know, to say something positive, Dieter himself, he just showed himself, you know, even as well in a comedy way. But to be really honest, there are so many things in this film which are completely fantasy, which never happened. So this is something, maybe this is a part of this touches me that much, because this is like fantasy. It's in his fantasy or whatever, he did this maybe just to make this film more attractive to people. But there's so many things which are really not true, what he is saying. So let's face it, it's comedy and you have to laugh about this.
Позитивно говоря, какой-то позитивный момент, что сам даже Дитер показан в этом мультфильме довольно с комической стороны. Что мне не нравится в этом мультфильме, что очень многие факты абсолютно придуманы, этого вообще не было.
Например?
Example, what is the fantasy in this cartoon? Do you remember?
I don't know, no, every scene by heart. But there's one scene, as far as I remember, when I was, I don't know, in a restaurant, and I was ordering all these dishes. Do you remember this? No.
Он говорит, я не помню всего мультфильма, но был какой-то фрагмент мультфильма, когда он заказывает какие-то блюда в ресторане.
This never happened.
Такого никогда не было.
I never did this. I don't know why he put this in, because I don't know what kind of fantasy he had. Just to...
Я не знаю даже, зачем он включил это в мультфильм, он говорит, какая-то странная фантазия, такого не было.
Ну, он, наверное, имел в виду капризность.
Maybe in this way he wants to show that you are so the person who want to show everybody how important he is, you know?
No, if somebody wants to show how important it is, then this name should be Dieter. So I think that a lot of things what he is thinking, what he would love to do, he images on the other person. You know? A lot of things, when he is, you know, sometimes when I listen to interviews and he's telling about things I've done, this is exactly the way he is acting. So I'm, not nowadays, now it's gone, but in former times I was always completely shocked, because this is his way of treating. And you know, I was asking my friends and ask, please tell me, when did I do this? And they say, never, but he did this all the time. So he knew it isn't correct, but to tell about the story, he has to blame another person for it, just to have a chance to tell it.
На самом деле капризный не я, а Дитер. И очень часто были такие ситуации, когда Дитер что-то сделал и говорил, что это сделал Томас. И когда Томас спрашивал своих друзей, он говорит, когда я это сделал, он говорит, что на самом деле ты этого не делал, это делал Дитер. И, ну, наверное, можно так сказать.
Я понял. В одном из своих интервью ты сказал, что впервые Дитер Болин с тобой оказался на сцене совершенно случайно, что шел кастинг, и на этом месте должна быть какая-то модель. Мог бы поподробнее рассказать об этой истории?
In one interview, you said like Dieter appeared on stage very by chance, and it was casting for somebody with you on the stage in the Modern Talking Time in the beginning. Is that true, or can you tell more about this?
I don't understand this.
Okay, in the beginning, in the creation, well, it was like in the 80s, you said that nearby Dieter appeared on stage by chance. He has to be just producer in the studio, and it was a casting for somebody with you to be on stage.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
And can you tell more about this?
Yeah, that was what I was in the record studio and recorded Your My Heart, Your My Soul. It was in September '84, and so we showed this song to the record company. The record company said, "This is a great song. We give it a try. We don't know if it will be successful, but we give it a try because we think it's a good one." But they said, so maybe it's interesting when Thomas Anders just will be on stage or appears with another person. And so we were thinking about just to cast another person. And Dieter always said he don't want to be on stage because he wants to work in the studio and be a songwriter and a producer, and he won't be on stage because he didn't like stage at all. And so nothing happened.
My part, okay? I will do translation.
Yeah.
В 1984 году, когда представили песню «My Heart, My Soul», рекорд-компания подумала, что да, это хорошая песня, возможно, будет хорошая идея, чтобы на сцене с Томасом появился кто-то еще. И компания решила сделать кастинг. Дитер не хотел выступать на сцене, он как-то немножко даже боялся сцены, и он хотел заниматься студией, писать песни, не появляться на сцене.
And it was the time of Christmas when, the single was out, and, it's not like today where you can really, every hour you can look how the sales are. So we needed to wait 1 week for sales. So it was the Christmas holidays, and the first day in the new year, the record office was, working, and we sold 60,000 units of Your My Heart, Your My Soul. That meant 3 days later we had a TV show for that because of a chart entry, and there was no time to do a casting anymore. And the record company said, "Let's go on stage and we can cast later." But nobody expected that 4 weeks later we were #1, and 2 months later #1 in more than 80 countries of the world. And it wouldn't be possible just to switch him out, just to change him. So even by mistake, he landed on stage and on TV.
Раньше, чтобы понять, насколько успешны продажи, надо было с недели. Сейчас это можно за секунду посмотреть в интернете, как быстро все продается. Раньше им потребовалась неделя. Они выпустили сингл на Рождество. И в неделю продаж они продали 60 тысяч копий сингла. И компания позвонила и сказала, что это означает, что через 3 дня вы должны быть на телевидении, потому что вы должны быть в хит-параде. И компании не было времени производить какие-то кастинги или что-то. И поэтому Дитер появился на сцене. И получилось так, что через месяц они стали уже популярны везде, и уже не было смысла менять человека, убирать Дитера со сцены и ставить другого.